Welcome to the course Introduction to R Programming. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss about some more concepts on matrix. So here we will discuss about matrix operations. In previous lecture, I covered some introduction about matrix, how to create a matrix, then how to find the elements from the matrix. So in this lecture, we will discuss about properties of a matrix, then how to find help on the object matrix, then various matrix operations, finally conclusion. Then coming to properties of a matrix. In previous lecture, we already covered how to create a matrix using R software. The same example we will recall here. In R, a 4 by 2 matrix, let us assume X, can be created with the following command. X equal to matrix of n row equal to 4, comma n column equal to 2, comma data equal to C of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you can call with X. Then the matrix is displayed. So here you can observe by row we did not mention, means by default it displays column wise. Now here you can see the first column contains the 4 rows values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then second column remaining 4 elements 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the execution using R software. So we already covered in the previous lecture. Now also we will create this one again while discussing the properties of the matrix. Now coming to properties, we can get specific properties of a matrix. So what are those? Here some of the examples are, the first one, DAM of X. So what it tells, the dimension of matrix. How to find the order or dimension of a matrix in R software? Simply by using DAM command. So the syntax is DAM within brackets name of the matrix. Then it gives the order of the matrix or dimension of the matrix. So in our previous example X, so what is that order of the matrix? 4 by 2. So whenever you can execute this command DAM of X, it gives the dimension 4 space 2. By default, first one is number of rows, second one is number of columns. Then if you want to find out number of rows in the matrix, so we'll use the command n row of matrix name. So this command tells the number of rows in the matrix. So how many rows are available in the matrix? 4 rows. So the output is 4. Similarly, if you want to find out number of columns in the matrix, here you can use ncol of matrix name. So it tells the number of columns in X. Then the output is 2. Now we can execute this command using our R software. So here this is our R console. So now you can create the matrix again. Then you have to apply the properties what we covered here. So now I am creating a matrix X equal to matrix with number of rows equal to 4, number of columns equal to 2, then data equal to C of 1 to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now call the matrix, matrix is created. Now as for the properties, whatever we covered here, first one is dimensionality of the matrix, simply by using DAM within the bracket matrix name. X is the name of the matrix. So the dimension is 4 by 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 rows, 1, 2, 2 columns, so 4 by 2. Then if you want to find out number of rows in the matrix X, simply n row of X. See number of rows 4 rows are there. Then similarly, to find the number of columns, you can use NCOL of the matrix name X. So here how many columns? 2 columns are there. So like that we'll find out the dimension, number of rows and number of columns in a matrix using these commands. These are all some of the basic properties of a matrix. Then some more properties. Now, if you want to find out mode of the matrix X, whatever the matrix you created, that matrix is consisting of generally numerical values or sometimes character values also. So, based on that values, to find out the type of the matrix by using the function mode of the matrix name, it informs the type or storage mode of an object. For example, here the possibilities numerical or logical, etc. For example, our previously created matrix, what it contains. So the elements with the 1 to 8 combination, all are numerical values. So whenever you can execute this command, mode of X, so it shows as numeric. That is one function. Then another function or property of a matrix to find out the attributes. So here, what is purpose of attribute? So attributes provides all the attributes of an object. So nothing but elements. Now, whenever you can call attributes of the matrix name, it informs again the dimension of the matrix. So attribute directly calls dimensionality. So then it displays dimension of the matrix. Now the output of dimension and the output of attribute both are same, produces the dimension only. Now in our previous example matrix X, if we can call attributes of X, then it calls dimension. So here $dim, then what is the dimension of the matrix X? 4, 2. This is the output. So now we can execute these two functions. Now our matrix again you can recall freshly. X is the matrix. Now if you want to find out mode of the matrix X, simply using the function mode within bracket X, so it is numeric. Then to find out attributes of the matrix X, simply you can type attributes within bracket matrix name X. Then it calls the dimension function $dim. So what is the dimension of matrix X? 4, 2. Same output only displayed. So this is some more properties of the matrix. Then if you want to find help about the matrix, so help on the object matrix. So in our introduction lectures, we already covered how to find help, how to search. So using those commands, here to know more about these important objects, we use rhelp on matrix. Use the command help within brackets with double quotes. You can type matrix. Now it redirects to the HTML page where the documentation about matrix is available. This is one glimpse of that screenshot placed here. What it shows after executing this command help of matrix. First it shows the description. Here you can see the description. Matrix creates a matrix from the given set of values. As dot matrix attempts to turn its argument into a matrix, then is dot matrix tests if its argument is a strict matrix. This is the description about matrix, as dot matrix, is dot matrix. Then we have usage. Actually, this is our syntax. Creation of the matrix. Matrix within bracket data equal to not applicable by default. N row equal to 1, n column equal to 1, by row equal to false. Even you can mention dimension names also, default null. So what we covered, the how to create a matrix. So the syntax is presented here. It's like that. If you want to see the more about the topic matrix, you can use the command help. So we'll also try this one using this command. Simply here you can type using help within brackets with the double quotes matrix. Then simply you can enter. Then it redirects to the page, HTML page where the direct help is available. See here what we see in the screenshot matrix. Here matrices are documentation, the description what we see in matrix creates a matrix from the given set of values. So its usage, the syntax, then arguments, each argument purpose with explanations, even some examples also given here. That is complete help about the matrix. Like that, you can get help using R, more about matrix. So then coming to our next concept on matrices, we will see some basic matrix operations here. So first, assigning a specified number to all matrix elements. So that can be done using matrix operations. Now again here you can recall our matrix X what we created with 4 by 2 dimension with the data C equal to 1 to 8. So this is the matrix. By default it displays column wise. Then again some previous properties you can recall. Number of rows of the matrix n row of X. So 4 rows are there. The number of columns in the matrix by n column, n col of X. So 2 columns are there. Then dimensionality of the matrix using the function dim of X. So 4 by 2. Then mode of the matrix is called by the function mode of X. So which is a numeric matrix. So then as part of matrix operations, the first we will construct a diagonal matrix. How to construct a diagonal matrix? Here, the identity matrix of a dimension 2 will be considered. So then you are creating a diagonal matrix as identity matrix. So the command is, so I am assuming D as the name of the diagonal matrix with the identity elements. So D equal to, this is the command DIAG. For creation of diagonal matrix, you can use DIAG. So by default, data is 1 I have taken. The reason here I am creating identity matrix with dimension 2. So you can give the identity value as 1 at the diagonal position. Then dimension 2 means 2 by 2. Number of rows equal to 2, n row equal to 2. The number of columns equal to 2, comma n col equal to 2. So then you can call D, the diagonal matrix is created with diagonal element as 1, which is called as identity matrix. Like that, you can create a diagonal matrix using R. So this is the R console output. So same thing can be executed. That output is displayed here. Now we will also execute this command. Then coming to our software, clear the console. So I am creating a diagonal matrix D equal to DIAG with the default value as 1 means identity matrix with the dimension 2. So I am giving n row equal to 2, n col equal to 2. Here I am not specifying by row, means default it displays column matrix. So now you can call D. Now you can see this is the identity matrix with the dimension 2. So at a diagonal position, the identity value is 1. So if you want to create another diagonal matrix, but not identity with a different value. So for example, null matrix you want, you can use in place of here 0. Now you can call D. Now you can see this is null matrix. Or at a diagonal position, if you want a particular element, by default here you can give the diagonal value. For example, I am giving 4. So then you can call the matrix D. So diagonal matrix, the diagonal element is 4. Like that you can create a diagonal matrix with a particular diagonal element, whatever the value required. This is one of the operation how to find a diagonal matrix using our software. Then coming to another operation, how to find transpose of a matrix. This is another important operation. The transpose of a matrix X is denoted by X dash or X power T. So this can be calculated as X into X power T. So in R software, this can be defined by using a function T of. So before that, again, we can create the matrix. So here we used the same matrix X equal to matrix of n row equal to 4, n column equal to 2, data equal to 1 is to 1 is to 8. See here, this is another way of representing the continuous data by using colon operation. So starting value colon ending value. So if the matrix does not contains continuous values, random values are there. At that time, compulsory you have to use data equal to C of the number separated by comma. So here we use continuous numbers 1 to 8 instead of giving 1 comma 2 comma. It takes more time if the range is more 100. So 1 comma 2 comma up to 100 is time taking. In this case, we will use using colon starting value, ending value. So 1 is to 100 if you can give, then the matrix filled with 1 to 100 values. Here we are giving by row equal to true. That means this matrix filled with row wise. Now you can see the output 1 to 8. The first row 1 2, second row 3 4, third row 5 6, then fourth row 7 8. This is the matrix. So first we will create this matrix, then we'll come to how to find transpose of the matrix. Now we can clear our console. You can start creating the matrix X equal to matrix of here 4 by 2 row and column. N row equal to 4, n column equal to 2. Then data I am giving directly by using colon. Data equal to 1 is to 8. Then I am giving by row equal to capital T. That means column wise. I can call X. Now you can see. So column wise, first row wise. So first row 1 2, second row 3 4, third row 5 6, fourth row 7 8. So this is one matrix. Now how to find the transpose of the matrix? Now you can see. So this is the command for finding the transpose of a matrix. So now I am using one name that the transpose matrix result will be stored in that name. So xt equal to t of x, where t is the command for finding transpose of a matrix. You can use t, simply t, small t, within bracket name of the matrix. Then the result, the transpose result will be stored into the name xt. Then whenever you can call xt, now you can see this is the transpose matrix. Earlier our matrix is 4 rows, 2 columns. Now the transpose reverse. Now number of rows and columns are interchanged. Now here 2 rows, 4 columns. Like that the values are arranged. Now you can execute this one. So the transpose. Now we created X. Now I'm using another name for transpose xt equal to simply small x of, not small x, t, small t of the matrix name X. Now the transpose is stored in the name xt. Now you can call xt. Now you can see. You can see interchange of the previous matrix 4 by 2 becomes now 2 by 4. Accordingly, the elements are arranged. Like that, we will find out transpose of a matrix. Here you can see the output is pasted here, whatever we executed just now. This is the R console output screen. So then coming to other operation, here we will see how to multiply a matrix with a constant. So this is not multiplication of matrices. We are talking about only single matrix. So with that matrix, if you want to multiply with a constant. So for example, here you can see 4 into x. X already created earlier, our latest matrix. So you are multiplying that matrix with the constant 4. Now each element in the matrix, irrespective of order, each element in the matrix is multiplied with 4, then that result will be displayed. Now 4 into x, here this is the matrix. Here in the right side, you can see in the screenshot. The matrix contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now after executing this command 4 into x, see the output. First one by one, 4 into 1, so 4. Then 4 into 2, 8. Then second row, 4 into 3, 12. 4 into 4, 16. Then third row, 4 into 5, 20. Then 4 into 6, 24. Then fourth row, 4 into 7, 28. Then 4 into 8, 32. So this is the output. So you can multiply a matrix with any constant. Then each and every element in the matrix is multiplied with that constant. Now you can execute this command. Now I am multiplying 4 into the matrix is x. Now see, this is the output what we seen there. Similarly, not only multiplication, you can provide other arithmetic operations also. For example, another operation, addition of a matrix with a constant. This is also not addition of two matrices. We are adding a constant to the matrix, means each element in the matrix that can be added with the constant, whatever the constant we entered. For example, here we give the constant as 4, 4 plus x. For the matrix x, 4 is added to each and every element in the matrix. This is the matrix here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After executing this command, 4 plus x, see the output. For every element, 4 is added. Now 4 plus 1, 5. Then 4 plus 2, 6. Here the position is constant is added to the left side, to the existing element. Then second row, 4 plus 3, 7. Then 4 plus 4, 8. Then third row, 4 plus 5, 9. Then 4 plus 6, 10. Then fourth row, 4 plus 7, 11. Then 4 plus 8, 12. This is the output. We'll also execute this command. Now 4 plus x. Now you can see. This is the output. Like you can compute the basic arithmetic operations, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, also with a constant of a particular matrix. So there is the addition of a matrix with a constant. Okay, here that's all about some of the operations on matrices. So in the next lecture, we will discuss some more complicated operations in matrices. Then coming to conclusion, so I would say that I have given you a startup with some matrix operation, and I would request you that you please try to do some practice with these simple operations. And in the next lecture, I will continue with some more operations on the matrix theory. And it is important for us to practice it more, because these things looks very simple, but you have to keep in mind one thing, that whenever something is happening inside a computer, you cannot see it. That's why it is very important. Till then, goodbye. A very happy learning.